Hello, welcome back to Bowling Over 50. I am Alan Berger. In some of our previous videos, we've been talking about head position and keeping that head steady. In this video today, we're going to talk more about what you can do to help your balance and keep your head steady. So in previous videos, we've talked about head position and keeping that head steady and keeping it smooth as you go down to the foul line. Really important. It's really hard to visualize a target when your head is moving all over the place. And then when you get to the foul line, and if you pop up, that spot on the lane kind of moves around, and you can't focus on that one spot if your head is pulling up. So today we're going to be talking more about that and more of where your head needs to be when you finish, as well as talking about balance at the foul line and how critical balance at the foul line is. So one of the things that I tell my students is when you slide to the foul line, you want your chin, your knee, and the toe of your shoe to be in line. That helps protect your knee, that helps keep your head steady. It also puts you in a great balanced position so you can hold your post your shot until the ball leaves the pins, which is very, very important. If you can do those things, then you become more accurate. You start to focus on one little spot on the lane and you're not focusing all over the place. You can focus your eyes on one spot and it's not moving around, and you are focused in, lightning focused in to that one spot on the lane. Also, when you slide, we want you to toe, knee, chin in a perfect line. We want your trail leg at 7:30 with your pinky toe on the ground. That helps you balance. That keeps you steady at the foul line. Your trail arm out to your side with your thumb down, which is something I have trouble with and we're going to work on in this video. But if you can do those things, you can stay focused and balanced and post your shot all the way through the shot. So we're going to throw some shots here. Today, I'm throwing kind of a different ball just because I want to. I'm throwing a Brunswick Crown 78U. It's drilled similar to the way I would drill a urethane ball, because this ball is urethane. The difference between this Crown 78U and a black pearl or a purple hammer is that the black pearl and the purple hammer do not flare as much. They kind of sit in their own oil. This Crown 78U actually flares. So I haven't thrown it very much, threw it in a ball review, and I thought it would be fun to throw it here. So we're going to throw a few shots now. But I'm going to move the camera instead of being behind me. I'm going to move it a little to the side so you can kind of see what I'm doing here. I think that's better. I've got a couple of cameras on me, so hopefully you'll be able to see this shot. So here we go. So I am going to attempt to get my chin, my knee, and the toe of my shoe in one line. I'm going to try to get my hand with my thumb down, and I'm going to try to post my shot. Try to stay balanced, keeping my head still throughout the shot and trying to stay balanced. Let's see if we can do it. I've warmed up, but it's been a minute since I've warmed up. Not real sure what this ball is going to do. That looked pretty good. When I talk to my students, my high school students, what I do is I ask them to stay in a finish position all the way till the ball gets off the pin deck. As we get a little older, that's a little harder to do, I'm going to try to do that here and focus on that, try to build up the leg strength in my slide leg. And one of the things I didn't focus on there is getting my thumb down on my off arm. So I'm going to try to do that here. That is something I do need to work on. But I was balanced at the foul line, so that's a positive thing. Let's try that again and try to get my thumb down. That shot was a little in, but that urethane ball, this is actually fresh, so I'm bowling on a fresh lane, so it had some hold there in the middle. Urethane balls are designed to hook early. This one's going to have a little bit more pop to it because it does flare. I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to try to show it to you. But if you notice, this ball is not spinning on its own. One ring is here. One ring is here and the other ring is right there. So it's flaring about 4 or 5 inches, which is different than my black pearl or my purple hammer, which do not flare hardly at all. So we're getting a little bit more hook on it. And what flare does, it gives a fresh piece of cover on the bowling ball for the ball to track over. Excuse me. When a ball tracks on itself, it's staying in its own oil. If it doesn't flare very much, it's staying in its own oil and doesn't hook as much. It's a much more gradual hook. When a ball flares and finds a new spot on the ball that is fresh, that doesn't have any oil on it, makes the ball hook a little bit more and a little bit more dramatic down lane. You know, I haven't thrown this ball very much, but I really do like it. I've watched the pros and some of the patterns they've been bowling on, and the Brunswick guys have been throwing this ball a little bit. That's pretty good. And that's a 3-bagger. Pretty exciting. So again, what I'm trying to do, what I'm focused on here is my head, keeping my head still. When I slide, trying to get my chin, my knee, and the tip of my toe of my shoe all in one line and trying to stay balanced all the way through the shot. It's pretty easy to do when I'm going as straight as I'm going right now. What we might do is go grab a different ball, get left, and see if we can still do that. That's another good one. A little left to target. Right now I'm standing on 19 with my left shoe, which means to the right of my left shoe I can see the 18 board. I'm trying to slide there as well, and I'm looking at about 7.5 is what I'm trying to hit. Getting the ball down lane at about 6 or 7, but this ball will hook early because it is urethane, so it's hooking before it gets to the end of the pattern, but it's not over hooking at the back, and that's the benefits of urethane. Drifting just a little bit, maybe a half a board. Drifting just a little bit to the left. But I'm doing everything pretty well. My chin, my knee, and the tip of my shoe are in line. My balance is really good at the foul line. I've got my trail leg at about 730. Everything feels pretty good. I'm throwing the ball well. I'm being accurate. I'm within a half a board at the arrows, a couple of boards down lane. So I'm real happy about this shot. Now the trick again will be if I can do that by moving left, which we will do that right after this shot. Oh goodness, that's good. Wow, what a good shot that one was. All right, we're gonna switch balls. And we're gonna go to something with a little bit more hook. Well, I got a bunch of things out here. We're gonna go with the Black Widow 2.0. I've thrown this on some of our videos. It's the biggest ball I've got out of here. I've got a pin down Mania right now that I really kind of like, but that might be too smooth for down lane. So we're gonna move left. So we'll talk about this in a video coming up pretty soon, but since this is fresh, a lot of oil in the middle, not a whole lot of oil on the outside, your typical house shot. Moving left, I'm going to have to get the ball to slow down so it will hook. I'm throwing it a little fast right now for a big hook, but we're going to give that a try. We're going to move all the way to 30. We're going to look at 12, maybe 11 and a half. All right. Now here's what we're going to do. 30, 12 and a half to hopefully 4 or 5. I've got to slow down, which means it's going to be a little more difficult for me to keep my balance. So I'm still going to try to keep my knee, my chin above my knee, and my toe making one line, get my leg down on the ground. I'm going to try to post my shot, even though I'm going to have to hit this one pretty hard. And I am projecting the ball to the right. So this will be a little bit more difficult. We're gonna put some side rotation on this. All right, I am actually gonna look at 12 and a half. Ooh. Not good. Not a good shot. And that 12 and a half was too steep of an angle. I thought I had it read perfectly, but I did not. Let's try that again. I got a head pin up there, so let's at least see if we can catch a head pin. We're gonna stand on 30. Now we're gonna look at 13, and let's do a better job of staying. And I've got to slow it down. That's better. Still not getting back to the head pin. Might have bit off more than I could chew. But I posted my shot. I did well. Kept my chin and my knee and my toe in line. Probably my offhand was not in the right position, which I need to work on. Let's try that again. We're gonna move a couple of boards to the right. We're gonna stand on 28. 28. I can see 28 to the right side of my left shoe. And we're still gonna look at 12 and a half. Gonna slow it down, get my offhand in the right position. Oh, that was way to the right. Slid about a half a board to the left. So I think that's not bad as far as my drift is concerned. I'm being very consistent with that. It's just probably too fresh for me to play that kind of angle. So we're gonna move a little bit more to the right. We're gonna put our foot on 25. I will be able to see the 24 board to the right of my foot. And my launch angle was too fast to the gutter. So we're not gonna move our eyes quite as much. We're gonna take our eyes to 10 and a half. 11. Slow. That's better. That's almost there. That is almost there. I think if I project the ball a little bit more to the gutter, we'll get a little bit more hook out of it. Still need to slow the ball down. The only way you can get a ball to hook is for that ball to slow down. We will have a video about changing speeds here very shortly within the next month. But I've got to slow the ball down to get it to see the pattern. I'm going to stand in the same place on 25, C24 board to my right. We're going to project it a little bit faster to the gutter. We're going to go 10.5. How about 9.5? Oh my goodness. Didn't hold my balance very well. Nothing about that shot was good. I've got a spare up here, which I haven't thrown at many spares yet today. I'm going to play this one like a 2-pin. So my left foot is on 20. Left foot is on 20. I can see the 19 board to my right, and I am looking at 16. I'm going to flatten out my hand, get my fingers above the equator. Thump, thump, thump. When you go thump, 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 you know you're throwing it right. All right. That last one was close, but not there. Again, fresh. Little. And I've got a pearl ball in my hand. So I need to throw it better. Throw it better. There we go. Got that for 9-pin. Must have done everything right. 9-pin, that ball hooked. A couple of ways I pick up 9-pin. I'll either hook at it or I'll throw straight at it. And I've been having a little bit of trouble going straight at my 9-pins. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm standing on 18. I can see the 18 board to the right. And I am going to look at 19. Keeping my hand behind the ball, fingers above the equator. Trying to deaden my hand. Thump, thump, thump. And I missed it to the right. Because I slid on 26. Why did I do that? I started on 24 and slid at 26. That's weird. That's a 2-board drift to the left. We're going to have a video about drift very soon. All right, again, 25. Looking at 10. 10.5. Slow ball speed. Oh, that was 24. All right, slid at 25, so that's good news. Bad shot though. I'm gonna get this. We're gonna get this in this video. It looks like I'm doing everything right though. What we're working on in this video is keeping your head still, getting your chin, knee, and toe of your shoe to be in line, keeping my head steady, and keeping balanced at the foul line. Watching that ball till that ball rolls off the pin deck. Come on, baby. Bam! That's what I'm talking about. The big wheel from Burger. We're going to throw one more from inside. I got it there finally. We're going to throw one more shot, making sure I have everything lined up. My balance is good. My head is in the right place. We're going to move a couple more boards to the right with my feet. We're going to move a board or so to the right with my eyes. So that's our video on head position. Keeping your chin, your knee, and your toe all in perfect line, balanced at the foul line so you can post your shot. And when you do those things, you can become much more accurate. And if you can post your shot while the ball is going down the lane and exiting the pin deck, we'll have a video in the next month or so about why that is important and how that can help you in your bowling. But in this video, it's hard for guys that are 50 years old or older to stay balanced, but I'm giving you some techniques to help you get more post at the foul line. And if you're new to bowling and just a beginner and you're finding our channel and getting some videos, some help becoming a better bowler, welcome. And I'm glad you're doing that. If you're an intermediate bowler and watching our videos, I know I'm talking in very simple language, but hopefully you're finding little nuggets to help you improve and remind you of things that you knew in the past. At the time of this video was shot, we're up to almost 5,000 subscribers. But we need more subscribers to help new bowlers find us. So please like and subscribe. It really does help us out. I just want you guys to get better, and that is why I'm doing these videos, to help you improve. So I want you to get out there, have fun, and good bowling.